Hi, my name is Chelsea Davis, and today I'm going to be showing you a Photoshop tutorial on how to do a DIY drop shadow. So I'm going to be showing you the difference between the preset layer style drop shadow, which is going to be right here on the left, and a custom DIY drop shadow you can make here on the right. So we're going to go over into our file. We're just going to open our image file into Photoshop, and then I'm going to add a color fill layer just because I like the contrast a little bit more, but you can work off of the plain white background if you want. So we're going to go into this layer, we're going to duplicate it, okay, and we're going to pull that duplicate layer behind our original layer. So now we're going to go in and we're going to add a layer style color overlay and just make sure that it's black and the opacity is at 100%, blend mode normal, okay. So now we're going to move this to where we want our shadow to be. I'm working with kind of like a light source off to the right, but it's not too far away, a little bit more direct. I don't want the shadow to come off too far from the object. So we're just gonna put it probably about like right here. Okay, so now on that duplicate layer with our layer style, we are going to start making it look a little bit more realistic. So we're going to add a box blur. So we're going to go into filter, blur, box blur. And then here we're going to adjust the radius of the blur. So as you see, if you pull this radius up, it's going to increase the radius of the blur, make the shape a lot more distorted. I'm okay with it being right here at 20. It blurs it a little bit, but you still keep that shape. Okay, so now we're going to go in. You can use your eraser tool to do this, but if you do it with an adjustment layer, you have a little bit more freedom in editing it if you make any mistakes. We're going to use kind of a big brush. Make sure that the hardness is at 0%, and we're going to work with a low opacity. I'm working with like 14%, but that's kind of up to you for how much you want to go away. So if you just click it instead of dragging it, I feel like it works a little bit better. It like doesn't create any weird lines as you're erasing it. So we're just going to click this as much until you get like the look that you're going for. So with this adjustment layer, we can swap this out and add a little bit more shadow back in areas if we feel like we've taken too much away. I'm going to take a little bit more away here since I'm working with a light source on the right. Okay, and then just add a little bit back right around this edge. So here we have where we've kind of gotten a little bit higher opacity here at the bottom and less at the top, which if you go back, this one here on the left is going to be the preset layer style drop shadow, and you can adjust all the settings like the distance of the shadow and opacity and everything, but it's kind of uniform throughout. So on this custom one, you can kind of adjust not only where the shadow is going to be going, but the opacity throughout the whole thing. Okay. Like and subscribe if you like this tutorial, and follow us on Instagram for more tips and tricks.
Good.
Okay.